This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all hey, 20 of us. 3 strikes, ain't got to lose when it's all on the line. I'm highly favored, don't wanna play me, no conversation.
Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. Under hazy, overcast LA skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You've got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
180! Hey, alert, 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 alert!
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. 3rd and long for Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Saquon Barkley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Here we go, here we go. 90, walk. Double time, check.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
When you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now it's Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we get a peek at the offense and a peek at Alshon Jeffrey.
An absolute matchup nightmare for any defensive back. Size, speed, terrific hands.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
And defensive tackle Aaron Donald, when you evaluate him, you're looking for flaws. You can't find any. This guy has the ability to single-handedly take over a game. Wrecks it inside, outside. You can't run it against him. And good luck trying to throw it downfield when he's in the face of the quarterback.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Donald coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll look to throw here. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Charger football to start quarter number 2. We're scoreless after 1. Back to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the draw, this is Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The previous play was a nice run, so they came back with the draw. I think they were trying to fool the defense into thinking they would throw the ball and wanted to run it again. Unsuccessful, but this team is definitely showing they want to keep it on the ground.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, the 40. He's at the 30, 10. And he will bring this one back for a Panther touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Briggs. This is Breida.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Kevin Pierre-Louis. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. He'll drop to throw. Finding room inside the 40. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Panthers will get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone, we're thinking we're giving up 3, we just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's brought in by Adam Humphries. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Mayfield on first down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Dumps this one off to Mack. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Going to the air again with Mayfield. It's brought in by Jeffrey. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on... The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The interception, Mayfield, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So we come upon... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get good.
They
run the draw play with Mack. And they see right have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down to the locker room trailing. But plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down. But now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get
a couple of scores? But the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball He's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On first down, here's Breida. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On second down, a run with Breida. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Looking to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Let's go, buddy.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw out wide to Humphries. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And able to find Higbee. First down at the Chargers' 40.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. Right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 6. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set.
Yeah. one up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living the dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you